Conversations with Rick and Eric.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Wider Range of Conversations with Rick and Eric. I am Eric.
And I am Theatrical Rick. Because Sarate.
Yeah.
Catch your panty on the flippy star.
We watched Rick's favorite movie for this episode.
Yeah.
Pootie Tang.
Fucking love this movie. It's not a 5-star movie by any means,
Right.
but it's my God,
Right.
is it a fun movie? Yeah, I was laughing probably way harder than you at this movie, but like everything that was happening, I was just like, oh, this motherfucker. Eric's like, what the fuck is that getting into? But we did just watch 3 Machete movies for the last episode.
Well, 2 and then you...
No. That's committed to tape, to film. Robert Rodriguez penned.
Right.
What's it? I forgot who plays Machete again.
Danny Trejo?
Danny Trejo fucking that alien to get the lightsaber machete to save the world, okay?
Right.
That happened.
Right. And one person that will show up and save the world for you if you're snowed in is Chris Lore from Chris Lore Snow Removal and Lawn Care. Although the lawn care doesn't really matter at this point. It's mostly the snow removal. But yeah, if you're trapped in your house, can't get out, fucking plows came through, buried you in, need somebody to go get your mama buried from her house, who knows, but call Chris Lore at 989-890-1153. Tell him that we sent you, and we can't guarantee that you'll get a hookup, but at least he'll come get you out of your house. But yeah.
He won't actually take you out of your house, though.
No.
I'm going to preface that right there.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
He might offer a taxi service for an extra charge.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He can't be an escort like we are.
No.
We can't. We're in the same city-ish. We can't encroach on our turf. Watch out, Chris.
Which was cool because when we had that storm, the fucking neighbor kid just got that truck that he has all fixed up, and so while it was snowing, I fucking saw him whip the corner, fucking just fishtailing, fucking having a good ass time in his truck,
Hell
and
yeah.
he kept going. I'm like, was that him? And he came back around and did it again. And then he pulled in the driveway and he's like, is your car pretty good in the snow? I'm like, yeah, I can get through. He's like, well, if you need to get anywhere, just let me know. I'll give you a ride. I'm like, right on.
Hell yeah.
But I miss fucking Rachel's she had a little Oldsmobile 88, which was like driving a fucking go-kart through the snow. And I was telling her that he was whipping the corner, and she's like, why? I'm like,
Because you can.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fucking, I used to do that shit in I was like, I used to do that shit in your car, fucking gun it and be like, what? Just fucking spin that shit out.
Now, it is a much different experience.
Yeah.
That car is not good in the snow that I currently have.
Oh, is it not?
Not at all.
Is it rear wheel drive or front?
Yes.
Front?
I think it's front wheel drive.
You should be fine.
Wait. Rear wheel drive? I don't remember. What's the standard car?
It depends. But if you think about it,
I don't know cars.
front wheel drive is pulling you forward and rear wheel drive is pushing you. So if you have front wheel drive and it's pulling you through the snow, you're going to have a little bit better time than fucking rear wheel.
I think it's rear wheel.
where it has to
then.
fucking push the whole body on the fucking weight. And
I think
everything.
that's what it's doing.
Oh, okay.
Because it spins a lot.
Okay.
I'm just driving down my road going, well, here we go. You can't see it, but I'm just slowly moving this way because this is what my car is doing. And it goes through all manner of things. Snow, ice, stop signs. It does great. But yeah, we got snow. We talked about that the last time.
Yeah.
And then that was not fun.
I ended up on an episode of Eddie's podcast with his brother-in-law, Spencer, with the Basement Bar Beers and Babble, which
And then
they
they
completely
deleted
everything.
You were on one episode, and they were
That's
like,
all it took.
"Woo!"
That's all it took. Holy fuck. Yeah. Well,
Like, listen, this bitch.
they record like 2 or 3 episodes at a time, or like for like 4 hours at a time.
That's too much.
And like by the time that they had called me over Discord, because he sent me a text like, "You want to be on the podcast?" I'm like, "Okay." It's like 12:30. Fuck it. And he calls me up on Discord, and it's like him and his brother-in-law, and then I'm guessing it's his father-in-law who owns the house / bar, who's in his own little window, who's like this older white gentleman, and then his cousin from Colorado's in like another window. And they're like, and they're fucking hammered. And he's like, Eddie's fucking like put me over and shit. And he's like, tell us some stories about whatever, blah blah blah, and wanted me to like tell a story of the last time I fucking, or he's like, when was the last time you were in a bar or some shit. And so then I had to proceed to tell the story about when I fucking headbutted the light post on fucking Columbus at your birthday party at the Green Hut.
I don't remember that.
That was when you puked and you almost fell in your puke, and I had to fucking tackle you and save you from fucking falling in your puke.
Yeah.
And the police showed up and were like, he's good, he's just drunk, he's just puking and shit on the side.
I thought I was going to jail that day.
Yeah.
I do remember that part. I remember like sitting there, and then I remember being on the ground, and there's no between. It's like the Family Guy fall.
Yeah.
How there's no in between animation.
Yeah.
That's all I remember. And then I remember going, listen, officer, I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And Eric's like, this motherfucker.
I think it was Rachel that talked to the cop. That was like, he's fine, he's drunk, we'll get him home, whatever. He was just throwing up, and he was like, all right. He just saw a group of people standing outside, and this was after I fucking was ready to fight some dude with a fucking plastic fork or a plastic knife covered in fucking cake frosting for saying shit to Rachel. And I was like, yeah, that was the last time.
That's unsanitary.
But yeah, I was trying to watch my P's and Q's, and he's like, oh, don't worry about it, man, let it go, because I had been fucking drinking and shit, and after a while I get relaxed, and my normal hanging out with hood people fucking shit comes out, and then I started dropping the N-word with the A at the end, not the ER, not the hard ER, and we'll just talk. And they're like, oh no, you're good. And they shut the whole thing down. Erased everything.
They're like, we said some stuff we shouldn't have, and the whole thing's gone. And I'm like,
yeah,
own it.
And I was curious because there was at one point his cousin's fiance or something got on, who was a school teacher, and I don't know what the fuck she thought Spencer said to him or some shit, but she got fucking attitude as fuck, like, oh, whatever. She's like, oh, so okay, blah blah. She's like, so do you have a job? And he's like, yeah. Blah blah. And said something. She's like, well, then you must feel special. And he's like, I do. I mean, and he was like giving her like kind of like sarcastic shit back, but she was like being fucking. It was the most, like, literally felt like you were watching your fucking friend getting cussed out by his mom, or like they're in an argument, or like a teacher, like when a teacher's like laid into you or laid into somebody in front of the whole classroom.
Well, if they were a teacher,
she is, and like we're just sitting there in dead silence, and my asshole was fucking puckered to shit while they were just like having the most fucking unpleasant conversation ever, and I'm not, yeah, so I don't know if there was shit that we said after fucking she stepped away, and I was like, that was the fucking scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And then he came back, and Spencer's like, dude, I don't think your wife or whatever likes me. And he's like, why? What happened? Well, like this dude was standing there for the whole conversation, but he was so fucking gone that he just kept sticking like buds of weed in front of the camera, being like, I got weed. And she's like trying to talk past him, and it was like, what the fuck?
Wow.
And I was like, damn, you're changing up your demographic, trying to get a brown person on there. Again, they did shut down all the episodes after getting a brown person on there. And
you weren't even the hoodest person on that podcast.
No, that's what I was getting at. Yeah, that his cousin who lives in Colorado was like, yo, he's like, I got this weed because I sold a 9 and some ribs to some guy. And I'm like, he's the darkest motherfucker out here. Shit. Fucking turn the lights off. Ain't nobody gonna find his ass with that comment that he fucking said. Fucking yeah. Again, they did get shut down after all this.
Really? I'm like, well, that's the hood respects all. You just gotta have game,
right?
And that guy had game,
right? It was
I'm just too nice to be part of it. I just be like, oh, that's too bad, guys. I'm just gonna go home. You deal your drugs. Have a nice day.
Not all hood people deal drugs. Not all of them.
Yeah, you're right.
Me and fucking Rachel hung out in Saginaw with 2 older dudes that are like, we're in their 50s. They're playing fucking.
So maybe I'm just used to Bay City hood.
They're
Everybody here deals drugs.
They were fucking playing dominoes and drinking Seagram's gin.
That sounds fun.
Fucking just bullshitting with us. Well, it was at my old friend Larry's house, like in the hood of Saginaw. He was fucking cooking. It was like he was having a cookout, And
See,
they're
that
like,
seems fun.
and they're like, "Where y'all from?" And we're like, "Bay City." And they're like, "Bay City? I ain't going there. The FBI is there." Fucking everybody was scared to fucking go to fucking Bay City because they had the FBI and shit.
But no, that sounds fun. The hoods that I've been to around here, it's always just like some guy tweaking on the corner, just yeah,
yeah.
you know. And I'm like,
It's like that's white trash country bumpkin hood.
That's well. I'm not saying that's a perfect description of where we live, but
depending on the parts of the city you're at, it's either
close.
real rich and snobby, or fucking white trash ghetto hood. Fucking
Do you got a trailer or do you got a condominium? There ain't no in between.
yeah. Or where do you live? Downtown? Oh. So you don't stay here all the time. Just in the summer.
Remember, not 10 years ago, when you'd say you're from downtown, they'd be like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Like, it turned around real fast, but money will do that to you. But here we are, in a place where I can watch somebody just smoke meth out on my front porch.
America.
That's a capitalism. We did it. We made it. You know who else made it, Eric? A young man who grew up in a small town near Gary, Indiana. Called Chicago. That man's name.
If you think you're booty taking and you know that you're parlaying on the dance floor, shake your thing, it's alright, alright. If you think you're booty taking and you know that you're parlaying on the dance floor, shake your thing, it's alright, alright.
So Pootie Tang is a 2001 American comedy film written and directed by Louis C.K., adapted from a comedy sketch that first appeared on the Chris Rock Show. The character Pootie Tang is a satire of a stereotypical action hero who appeared in the blaxploitation films. The titles, or the title character's speech, which is vaguely resembles Pidgin, is mostly unintelligible to the audience, but the other characters in the film have no problem understanding him. It has acquired a cult following named Rick.
It's true. Well, no, Kim. She just said it's an instant classic.
Oh.
We just got a comment because I put it on Instagram. 2 people.
Right. Budget for this film was $7 million, and they made 3.3.
That is a damn dirty shame. Like Dirty D. My voice.
That guy was fucking.
Was dirty. My
was
voice is
sexually-
gonna fry.
He
Oh
was
my God.
fucking sexually into that dirt.
Anyway, so Pootie Tang actually has a 5.3 rating on IMDb.
Right on.
Right in the middle. All right. Here is the thing. Remember I thought Machete Kills from the last episode was the divisive one? Incorrect. The tomato meter, which is all the, normal critics, gave this a 27%. That's fucked up. This movie is better than 27%. However, for 25,000 ratings, this is a 63% to the audience. That's better.
Right.
It's sitting at a solid 3 on Letterboxd, which I think fair. I rated it higher, but this is me we're talking about here. So. I also whenever we said what we're gonna do, I'm like, I really want to do Pootie Tang. And after covering Machete, it just felt right, like with the exploitations.
Right.
So, we opened Pootie Tang with Pootie being interviewed by some white guy. I don't know what this guy's name is.
Fuck, it's Chris. Oh my God.
He's somebody though.
Yeah, he was on the Today Show and a bunch of other shit.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Well, here I'm with Pootie Tang." Because every white boy in this movie is just like, it's Pootie Tang. And then he's like, well, you have a new movie coming out. And he's like, yeah.
Did you know that the Today Show was made as a TV show for prisoners so they could keep up with current events?
This is a real thing?
I don't know. There was a line used on 30 Rock.
I mean, it could be a thing. I can believe it. I'm trying to look up this one other person in here because I didn't write this person down. Remember the person we couldn't think of in the last episode? I still don't have her, and she's in this movie, and it's going to drive me fucking bonkers. just if you say the name, I'm gonna understand who it is. Because anyway, he asked if he's got a clip of the new movie. Sign your pity on the running nigh.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Thank you. Oh my God.
The thing is like no one can ever, or at least I'm terrible with names, and I was trying to bring her up for something with Rachel, and I used the fucking same thing. I'm like, I want a hot dog real bad. And she knew exactly who the fuck I was talking about.
That's all you got to say. That's it. My Jennifer Coolidge is not good. It's, oh, I want a hot dog real bad. That's it. Anyway, and then what happens after that is we go
Bob
into...
Costa is the guy that was doing the interview.
Thank you. Oh, yeah. After that, Pootie's like, he says some shit that because you don't understand what Pootie Tang is saying. And then they roll the air quotes clip of the movie, which just happens to be, I'm going to spoil the end of the movie, guys. You ready? The whole movie is the clip. So then we have, so they give you kind of the overview of the movie where this guy called Dick Lecter.
I didn't know that was his first
Dick
name.
Lecter. It sounds like Dick Liquor, everybody.
I didn't notice that was his first name.
But he's a weird white guy who's just like, I got money and I want to exploit the children. That's what's happening there. And then there's like, crime and shit going on in the background. And they're like, but there's always been one guy who just kind of beat to his own drummer. And they show Pootie Tang and then grown-ass women falling all over him when he was like 3. He's just like, damn you, Pootie! Damn you! I love you!
She's throwing all this shit out the window like a tricycle.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other stuff.
You laughed so hard at that part.
It was fucking hilarious. Because he's just standing there, and all the fucking outfits they have in the little kid version of him are so dope. With the fucking cut off stomach, fucking fur coat shit, and this little kid's just walking around.
I really put it in my notes. I'm like, this woman throws a whole ass tricycle.
Yeah.
They're like big wheel. It's a big wheel out the fucking window at him, and she's crying.
Yeah,
it's wild.
And then she's like, "Don't leave, Pootie."
Yeah. And then I went out of order in here, but I think it makes more sense to go from the beginning to where it was. So
yeah,
we go from that to kind of like modern times where there's like it looks like a drug deal that's going on.
Oh, yeah.
And then
it was a drug deal because they gave that kid drugs.
They did.
The dumbest kid on the block. And they just gave him a fucking bag of drugs
they
to
did
try.
Do that, yeah. And then Dirty D, because he's the dirtiest D around, comes out. He fucking loves dirt.
Yeah.
Guys, listen.
He's in jail and he smuggles him in a piece of fucking chunk of dirt.
There is some wild shit that's going to happen later in this movie. But right now, he literally gets out and just like rubs himself down with these. Just like, I'm Dirty D.
Yeah.
That happens. And he gets the drugs from Dirty D. And then out of nowhere, just Pootie Tang pulls up and he's just like, what a tie. And then he just like beats the fuck out of him. No, they're shooting at him with the gun. And he's like Matrix dodging it. And then he hits it with his ponytail one back to fling back at him.
Yeah.
That's wild. Like, here I'm just like, wow, this movie. And you're like, okay, Rick.
This is the power of a black man.
It's true. Good for him. And then, oh, yeah, motherfucker. So Dirty D, when he gets out, because that one guy is out there, he hits that guy with the door.
Oh, yeah.
He's just out there, and I don't know if it was like, set was not blocked properly. Somebody opens the door, just I put that in there. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, Dirty D? Why are you hitting your own people with your goddamn door? And then we have after that Pootie Tang because he saves the kids and like gets the drugs off the street. Then we have Pootie Tangin with IN and then there's an apostrophe by 702 plays, and it is a bop. It's like, oh, you guys Pootie Tangin or something. I don't know what it goes. I wasn't paying attention. I was more like, fuck yeah, I'm so happy to be watching this movie again.
Well, no, you thought it was Destiny's Child. And I'm like,
oh, yeah.
I'm like, it's totally not just Destiny's Child.
It sounds a lot like Destiny's Child. Like, come on, what are we doing here? Maybe it's like, what's another word for like faded kid?
What?
Because Destiny's Child, another different word. Synonyms, Eric.
Oh.
Faded kid. Destiny's Child? No, I'm faded kid.
Why is he faded?
I don't know. Fated, like to be fated in the stars.
Oh, I'm thinking faded like he's lit. I'm faded kid,
Well,
bro.
See, that is the joy of faded kid. Because if you say it like that, you're like, oh, that kid is faded, right? I'm saying,
Sure.
put it on a shirt, everybody. Faded kid,
Yeah.
2024.
Save
And
my
then-
life and come quick.
Yeah, we put it on here, but literally, I'm going to say it again. They're like, Pootie Tang was born in a small town outside of Gary, Indiana, called Chicago. I laughed so fucking hard at that. I thought I was going to piss my actual pants. That's stupid, but I love it. And then we have, because when we go back in time for a hot second to talk about Pootie's dad, he's like, he was always there for us, even when he wasn't. And then they're like, hey, Pootie. First off, this kid's name is Truckee.
Yeah.
What the fuck name is Truckee? He sounds like he's a goddamn Land Before Time character. Who's this motherfucker? Truckee?
What up, truck?
Yeah, right? They're like, hey, Pootie, let's go steal us some apples. And he's like, yeah. But then out of nowhere, like the belt that the dad has magically teleports and just like, and I'm like, that ain't a teleporting belt. That's just like father guilt. You know, if you've been raised by strict parents, you know what that is.
Yeah.
That's just you going, oh hell no, they whooped my ass. And then it just says, this is only the third time a man has been mauled by a gorilla.
And that steel mill. His dad gets killed by a fucking gorilla, mauled by, or he doesn't get killed.
just
He
the
gets,
man
he
in
gets
the
fucked up real
costume.
bad. He gets fucked up by a gorilla real bad.
He's just sitting there. He's just getting fast beat.
He literally just goes, "Oh, it's a gorilla!" And then nobody tries to help. Nobody, nothing.
Oh Christ! I'm crying. I fucking love this movie so much. And then, on his deathbed, Pootie Tang is left with the wise words of his father. Pootie, don't let the girls come between you and the belt. And then it like kind of reverberates, and then we get back into today, modern times again. Oh my God. I'm still laughing about the thing. You have no idea. I laughed so fucking hard at that. I have down here, don't drink malt liquor because you don't have to, and you all right.
Oh, it was because, yeah, he was telling kids not to eat fast food and fucking smoke cigarettes, and that was everything that the fucking Lecter company was selling, and
Yeah.
whiskey and shit.
That was wild. That was a wild thing that happened. This movie's great. You know what? This might be a 5-star movie. I might retroactively go back and make this a 5-star movie. That's wild. And then we meet Pootie's like crew, which we've already met Truckee because it's his best friend. We have JB, who is Chris Rock, and then Lacey. Low key, the funniest person in this whole fucking movie. Because he says the stupidest fucking shit. Because it's always like an exaggeration of what's going on. Because Chris Rock will be like, "Oh man, those motherfuckers be dirty. They dirty. Goddamn, they ain't clean." And he goes, "Yeah, man, they dirty too."
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that to you now. It's gonna get
You go on like a fucking deep ass fucking description of like how hot and shit it was. Be like, yeah, it's hot too. Like, that's what I just said. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's hot.
It's hot. Lacey for president. And then we have Biggie Shorty, who is played by Wanda Sykes, and she is a true queen. And the funniest fucking thing that we decided is there's a scene where they introduce her and she's doing her thing, and she's definitely by a few sex workers. We can call them that now because that's the positive thing to call them.
They're whores.
No, what's a whore is Mark, who pulls up to the to Biggie Shorty.
When I made the joke, this old man's acting like Mark when he gets the score with a black woman for the first time
This
in his
motherfucker-
70s.
What happens? What happened was
What happened?
old Mark pulls up in a beat up truck with his son
This one. I want
with
this
Reed,
one. No.
and he's like, "Oh, I want that one." And then he goes like, how much? And she's just like, ka-cha!
Yeah.
He's like, I can't be just standing out here doing my thing next to these sex workers and not be a sex worker. And he's like, that's stupid as fuck. And which I say, honestly, that's kind of stupid as fuck.
He was like, well, wouldn't you think you were a whore? She's like, no, I wouldn't.
Shouldn't you though?
Right?
Like, I mean, listen.
You were like 20 feet away from the other ones.
No shit, not even. But anyway, Wanda Sykes is a true icon and a queen for this episode. But then we have, what the hell is a hootenanny? You said it's a party?
It was a party, yeah.
That's stupid. Why is this?
Hey, Google, what is a hootenanny?
According to Wikipedia, a hootenanny is an event involving music in the United States.
Only in the United States, though.
Associated with folk music.
Folk music?
So it's probably a fucking dumbass Taylor Swift party.
Whoa.
A hootenanny.
Calm down. I think we're talking a little bit more like yeehaw and a little less Taylor Swift. Watch your mouth.
Early Taylor Swift.
Watch your mouth.
Early country Taylor Swift.
Listen, I don't have my brand yet, but I'm pretty close to being a Swiftie. Watch out.
Dude, they just as a sidetrack. So, they have a show up on Disney Plus that's about the Mayhem, the Muppets Mayhem, the band from the Muppets. You know what I'm talking about? That has Animal and all that. And it's about them recording their first album, and they have like a mix between like new age shit, whatever. At one point, anyway, one of the scenes in the preview, they're like single-handedly in one tweet, you offended like every music, whatever the fuck, and they get rolled up on a bunch of like chicks that hop out of this fucking truck that are dressed up in like Taylor Swift different outfits.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, we're gonna make your ending painful and swift.
Oh.
And that's what made me think of that. It's like they get pulled up on a bunch of Swifties and a bunch of fucking Beyonce people. They got the bunch of black girls outside fucking doing fucking thing. Yeah.
The lemonading.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Anyway, I'm sorry. That made me think of that. Continue.
This is one of my second favorite parts in this whole movie. Are you ready for it?
Okay.
I bet you're wondering who this bitch here is. So what Biggie Shorty is throwing a party. And Pootie Tang's like, she's like, dang, Pootie, you gonna be at my party? And he goes, yeah. So later at Biggie Shorty's party, literally Truckee is narrating this movie. So Truckee's like off doing, he's like, this is a little bit of the weird part where he's just going, hey, pretty girl. Hey, pretty girl.
Dude, the dude's real name is JB Smooth, and he fucking sounds the same in everything he fucking does.
That's a little weird, just running around a party going like, hey, pretty girl. And then he goes down to the fucking the basement and like pulls a bitch off of a guy. He's like, hey, no, that ain't you. What? What are you doing here, bro?
When fucking homegirl fucking wants his hot dog real bad?
Yes, this is that bitch.
Yeah.
So when he's like, I bet you wonder who this bitch here is. And then it's Jennifer Coolidge comes in, and because she's like a professional, like they call her a lady who turns tricks, but she's a sex worker.
She gets information out of people.
She beats the fuck out of him.
I think she was giving him like the worst hand job ever. Is what was happening. That's what it looked like.
I just literally wrote aggressive dry humping. Because they're still wearing clothes, and she's like, yeah, I'll stop if you tell me.
I think she was,
like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
it was like the most aggressive over the pants hand J ever.
That's
and he's
uncomfortable.
Just like, please stop, please.
And listen, if you've listened to previous episodes, come first, save a life.
Yeah.
If you're already done, she can't do it worse. Your move, lady.
So I don't even know how she got the info out of him, because then she continued to do it again. And he was like,
She just told him.
That was torture?
Yeah.
She was torturing him with a fucking terrible over the pants hand J, and he's like, I'll tell you what you want to know.
And for somebody who is real good at doing like, that sort of things, if what you're doing is torture, maybe we look up a book on something. And then right about there is that's when he gives up the information. He's like, oh, I'll tell you, Pootie's power is in his belt. And then she goes and seduces Pootie Tang.
Yeah.
And gets him to sign this thing that says that he's going to do all of these commercials for this big corporation. And she takes his belt. And everybody is sad. And honestly, when I was reading reviews on Letterboxd, it says Pootie Tang putting the rope belt around is honestly the saddest thing. And it really is. It's sad.
At
He
the
needs it.
farmhouse.
Yeah. Well, before the farmhouse, when he puts that belt on, it's just sad. Because
After he was with Wanda.
yeah, well, because Biggie Shorty finds him and she's like, I'm gonna take care of you. Gonna have sex with you too.
Just letting you know.
Yeah. Which honestly, get yours, Wanda. I don't know that I'd take advantage of him when he was all fucked up that he lost everything, but you know, girl's got to get hers, I suppose. But after that, she's like, "Listen, we fucked, and it was sad, and I know you could do better. You know how you're gonna do better? You're gonna go to my farmhouse that she inexplicably has, and you're gonna find yourself again." And then he goes there and he grows his dad into a leaf of corn.
Grows one stalk. Well, fucking JB goes with him. He's like, decides to go with him to the farm, and he does everything that we would have done going to the farm. He's like fucking hoeing. He's like, oh, my pants are dirty. Oh, it's hot. Yep. And then, like, he's there for like a day, and he's like, I don't know why you're out here. This ain't gonna do no good. It's hot. There's mosquitoes out in my shirt. My pants are dirty.
He's gone.
It's stanky, stinking ass. Like, no, and then he leaves. Yeah,
that would be us. I give it about a day, maybe. Well, I don't know. I think I could last a week.
If the house had AC, I could, as long as I had
Yeah.
a way to fucking get out of the heat from doing what I was doing, then it's fine.
Because it's all away from everybody. Maybe if I had an internet connection, that's really all I needed.
Yeah, fully.
Honestly.
I've thought about that if like I ever won the lotto and just pull like a fucking Hardy compound deal and just buy like a big chunk of land with like a fucking lake in the middle, and then people can just build their houses on the fucking on the land here.
We'd have to, like, if that actually ever happens, we just have to, whenever we go to other people's houses, you'd have to go, ah, Eric, I knew you'd come.
And just have like one, I think from what I've seen too, he has like one big ass central like gazebo area where they can all meet, and there's like a grill, like a kind of a kitchen thing where they can all hang out and have like cookouts and shit. But yeah, anyway, that's not Pootie Tang. That's just if we ever won $1 zillion.
Yeah, like whenever we cash our first check from this podcast.
Hey, we had $9, bro.
We did.
I did not know we had $9.
Shh. That should have been for the Hoochie Daddy tattoos, but times are times. So I'll redonate that later. Anyway, so Pootie Tang he grows his dad into a stalk of corn, and then inexplicably his mom is there with like cow makeup on or something.
Yeah.
Is this after he fucks the daughter? I think it's before. I don't remember. So at some point he goes to a general store and there's some white guy and this kind of like, okay looking white bitch.
I think it was after because she died because the corn dies.
Oh yeah.
And that's
when JB comes back though.
Yeah. And he's like, I've been narrating this movie the whole time, talking about the farm. I don't know why I forgot he was at the farm.
Pootie Tang wastes a whole ass pie.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, so he goes to the general store, and that cop tries to push his daughter off on him.
And she's pretty, ain't she?
And then she shows up at fucking Pootie Tang's house with a pie, and she's like, I know I'm not very pretty or sexual. And he just starts rubbing pie all over his fucking chest, and she's like, I know I'm not very, and it's like, I'm just sitting.
You know she came.
And I'm just sitting watching going, that was a fucking destroyed, delicious looking cherry pie. And now you're going to be sticky.
Yeah. Because they just, she tackles him through the
window
on glass.
Yeah.
So you're sticky and you're full of.
Yeah, he is the most dangerous man.
He really is.
He's just having sex covered in fucking sticky cherry pie glass.
Listen. Other shows have said this, but you know he got ants in the house. So there are ants everywhere. Yeah. There's broken glass. Some bitch in there, just like her juices everywhere.
Yeah.
Biggie Shorty's going to be pissed.
There's corn dies. Yeah, that's when the whole
thing.
Yeah,
his dad corn dies, and then the mom cow is like,
well, no, she told me you should never listen to your dad, and he's like, "What, woman?" She was like, "Boy, shut your corn ass up." Some shit to him.
This is at least a 4-star movie. It's a 5-star. It's a 4.5-star movie. Period. I'm changing my.
But yeah, then he gets forced into having to marry her because that's when her dad shows up and was like,
Which he has a pimp ass top hat on.
When he was like, heard y'all had a good time, so when's the wedding? He's like, what? And he's pulls out the gun, when's the wedding? And then that's when JB / Truckin' shows up to save him.
This is also when you told me this is exactly how shotgun weddings were made.
Yeah.
It seems about accurate, honestly. I ain't gonna get married here. Bet you are.
Yeah. You knocked up my daughter, you're getting married right the fuck now.
That's back when you couldn't have them there bastards. In the eyes of the Lord, they're gonna be sanctified.
Yeah. If you don't marry her, I swear to God, I'm gonna tell my sister you got her pregnant.
That's some shit that happens now. I've been reading, so aside, I've been listening to a lot of these Am I the Asshole stories, like on the podcast and stuff like that, where people write into Reddit.
Uh-huh.
People do some stupid shit. Like here I thought, working in retail, I was like, I've seen almost everything stupid that people can do. Oh no. Every day I'm awakened to a broad spectrum of assholery that happens, and it's just wild. So JB crashes the wedding and tells them, like, Pootie, they got your face on everything and shit. And he goes, fuck, I got to get back. Oh, no, because Dirty D breaks up the wedding after that.
And that's when he hops out of the car and fucking makes love to the ground.
When I tell you, he gets out of that car and he rubs dirt all over himself. And then he grabs a big hunk of dirt and puts it in his mouth.
Oh, yeah, that was gross. He held it up in the air and just let it dump in his mouth some. We both went, ugh!
In his mouth. Guys.
You notice the scene cut right after that? So he
You
must
knew.
have done that shit, and then it was like,
I was into this. I'm not into it now.
He fucking, that was dedication right there.
That's how you get worms.
Not in dry dirt like that.
You don't know where those eggs are. You get those butthole pinworms.
I wish I could lose a couple pounds.
Sometimes they make you gain more weight because they just like take up space.
What?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway.
Butthole pinworms aside, Dirty D puts dirt in his fucking mouth. And then is like, oh yeah, like, they threaten him or whatever. And he's like, check what I got. And he's got Pootie Tang's belt, and Pootie Tang's like, it's on. Mm-hmm. It's just like that You Got Served movie. Like he served him, and then Pootie Tang served him back, and then it was on.
Yeah.
And then he beats Dirty D's ass.
Because he doesn't know how to use a belt.
Yeah. And he does the guy from American Dad's, like the son from American Dad, how he does the whenever he does like a really shitty, like barely attacking move. Yeah. He does the couple attacks with the belt, and Pootie Tang's like, bitch, let me show you how to use this. And he grabs that, and then he brass knuckle punches him, and then beats guy that I thought was Usher's ass named Froggy. Yeah. And then he's like, I got my power back. And then he's going back to the city. But he leaves JB there at the wedding, where now JB is marrying that white bitch that Pootie Tang currently had sex with.
Yeah.
Which is a little strange. They seem to make it work.
Yeah. He burned
whatever. He did burn the lasagna.
At the end.
Again. She said again.
Right.
So that tells me this fucker doesn't understand how any timers work. And honestly, JB, that's on you.
Right.
Let's move on. Pootie Tang gets back to the city. There's a big construction thing where he's about to open up his brand new burger joint that's got his face on it. And it's got the guy from Arrested Development, and I can't think of that guy's name. He's in a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I can't.
Who is Pootie Tang, which is in blackface, and I don't know how I feel about that. But honestly, I think he's one of the few people that they would give that pass to.
Right.
He's just he seems like an okay guy. He is not doing it for purposes.
Are you talking in his normal voice?
Yeah.
He just was.
Hey everybody, I'm Pootie Tang. Sadate. Pootie Tang breaks that up, and then he beats everybody's ass, all these other Pootie Tang's ass, because there's multiple Pootie Tangs. Yeah. There's a lot of like clones in the last 2 movies we've covered.
Yeah, except for none of them look like fucking Pootie Tang.
Not even close. I love that. I'm gonna be Pootie Tang this year for Halloween. Can you imagine? Just get an open shirt, some black pants.
Sure. Get a fucking wig with a long ponytail.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to give myself darker complexion. I might just sit out in the sun for a while and see what happens.
Yeah. Go get a spray tan.
See what happens. TM. Let's see how this works. After that, fucking Biggie Shorty comes in and commits a full-on felony. She grabs, it was that big crane with his face on it and dumps it on that building and crushes it.
Oh, yeah.
She should be in jail.
She was fighting people, too.
I'm saying she was beating ass, but she does that. And I'm not saying that they didn't deserve it, but I'm saying you broke a building, bro.
Right.
What are we doing? That's literally the end of the movie, I think. Because Biggie Shorty's like, oh, we go get married. And then he goes, yeah. And then we're back to the interview. And he's like, that is the longest clip
Ever.
from a movie I've ever seen. And he goes, yeah.
And then he says whatever to him, and he gets mad because he.
Oh, did I write it down?
Because I remember you saying he says something, and he's like, what?
Oh, he goes, cold down on the panty sty. And he goes, excuse the fuck out of me. And he's like, cold down on the panty sty? And he goes, what the fuck? What the actual fuck on this, our Lord's program? You're going to use that kind of language? And then he goes, cool me down on the panty sty? And he goes, oh, this motherfucker, all right. And that's the end of the movie.
Right.
God, I fucking love that movie. Jesus Christ. And then, at the very end, Chris Rock is sitting out there and he goes, damn, it's hot today.
Yeah. I don't remember what else.
He goes, it's hot. Damn, it's hot. And he goes, yeah, it's hot too. Such a fucking dumb movie. And then I gave Pootie Tang 4 stars and a like. And I put Sadate. Pootie Tang was in this movie too. That's my review on Letterboxd, everybody. Fucking love this movie so much. It's going up. Live, we're doing this. It's going up. It's 4.5 star movie.
So yeah, Pootie Tang. I don't know if you watched the trailer I shared you on Facebook, but we'll watch it later. I don't know if it's a movie that we'll cover.
What is it again?
It's called Rhinestone, and
did you send it to me on Facebook?
Yeah. I don't know if it's a movie that we'll cover on here or just be a movie to watch, but it's got Dolly Parton and Sylvester Stallone in it.
That sounds great.
So, anyway, yeah, check out Pootie Tang, and now we're going to go into a venture that I found. So, Rick, it's time to pick which sex toy goes with the 1-star rating. So I went on a hunt to find things to extend our 1-star review section that we've done before. So I had the idea of looking up 1-star sex toy reviews, which they're all pretty much the same.
It hurt.
No, they're all. It didn't hit the spot right. It broke after 2 tries.
Oh.
Or it didn't work at all. Or they had problems with the app, and they're all women. They're all, some of them, the only one that was funny was that it was labeled haunted. And she said she fucking couldn't get it to work, so she charged it for a day, still couldn't get it to work, and then she was asleep and heard some random noise in her closet, which freaked her the fuck out, and she went in there, and it was the thing going off by itself.
Oh.
And no matter, she used the remote and everything, and it wouldn't turn off, so she had to bury it under a bunch of clothes until the batteries died. So, other than that, I went and found a little thing here, and it's from BuzzFeed, and it will tell us which answers are the actual ones.
I'm not looking at it either.
So, it's called, Can You Guess the Sex Toy, based on the Amazon 1-star review. So, you can look now so you can see.
Okay.
The thing says, crap, covered in black, staining dust crap. Totally disgusting. Now, one of them looks like a little fucking black ass slapper thing.
Oh.
The other one looks like, I think, some sort of cologne, and I think that's some sort of cream or something like that.
I'm going to say the cologne.
You say the cologne?
Say the cologne. What do you think?
Oh, it was
no.
wrong. It was whatever this. Can you see what that says? It's something 50 Shades of Grey.
Well, that's stupid.
Oh, yeah. 50 Shades of Grey. soothe me.
Spanking cream?
Soothe me after spanking cream. All right.
White bitches. You just put 50 Shades of Grey on anything, and they will buy it.
No shit, right? So number 2, cheap. Not a 50 fan. Just bought it because it was so this must be all 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh.
Just bought it because it was simple and black. Seemed like a good idea, but is really cheap and not very well made. Fell apart pretty fast. So what we have is the Yours and Mine vibrating love ring,
Okay.
the Please Sir flogger, or the Delicious Fullness vibrating butt plug.
So here's the thing. We've already decided that you said it's a 50 fan. So I'm going to say it's the Please Sir Flogger.
All right.
I am bad at this game.
It was wrong. It was the 50 Shade, Yours and Mine vibrating love ring, which is just a cock ring with a vibrator on
Here's
it.
the thing. Isn't this movie about like one person kind of getting it?
Well, it's like a whole sexual thing. I don't have no fucking clue. It has to do with fucking Godzilla.
Apparently. So I've never seen the movie, but my friends did cover it on a podcast once.
Yeah.
It was awful, they said.
Oh, okay.
I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Not for beginners. Okay.
Number 3. Not for beginners. I bought this because it said it was for beginners. They may have meant elephants.
Woo!
I don't understand why 2 and so close together. So many have one. Wow.
What?
One may have possibly worked for a beginner, but you can't take them apart. So this was a waste of time unless you have used this stuff before and can handle the discomfort.
Okay, so
The
2.
choices are
They're butt plugs.
the Delicious
Oh,
Pleasure silicone pleasure balls,
no. Oh.
the Benoit balls. I did not read the name of these
Oh.
or the pleasure intensified anal beats. The Benoit.
Well, I don't know. The Benoit balls.
It is spelled B-E-N wah, like W-A.
I feel like Kevin Sullivan isn't anywhere near the Benoit balls. So I think they're in the clear on this one. I don't like the word delicious when it comes to butt plugs. I don't. Oh boy, let's go with the delicious because it's gross.
Okay. Oh, you're
I was right.
Hey, finally. All right.
Correct.
Rusty reaction.
What now?
While the product is attractive and attractively packaged, it was expensive and actually showed signs of rusting in spite of careful
What the
cleaning
fuck?
and handling.
So, PSA:
Tetanus.
do not put rust inside of you. Do not do that.
Okay, so we have the Spank Me Please spanking ruler,
That's disgusting.
the purple stringed Benoit Goddess Kegel balls with pouch,
Oh.
or We Aim to Please vibrating bullet.
Oh boy.
The bullet looks like it's more metal.
Yeah, I'm going to say probably this is a rough thing. I'm probably going to say it's either between the Benoit Goddess thing or the Aim to Please. I'm going to go the bullet. The bullet is what I'm going for. Right. First response. I said it was between the two.
Yeah, it was the purple stringed Benoit Goddess Kegel balls with pouch.
Wow, BuzzFeed. You did me dirty this time. I'm not.
All right. 50 Shades of Purple.
Oh.
Wish I had
Grimace's.
saved my...
What is Grimace's Tinder bio?
I wish I had saved my money. I was not. It was not at all what I expected to be. Wouldn't / won't recommend it to anyone. It is too sadistic for my taste.
Now you gotta take into consideration.
So
here.
we have relentless vibrations remote control egg,
Oh,
Teased Feather Tickler, or 50 Shades of Pleasure, a bedside companion book.
I'm gonna say the book.
For
Seems right.
for sadistic?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna say the vibrator.
Book!
Oh, nice.
I had to think because people fucking hate books in this time too because we live in the darkest timeline. So I'm like, the other two things, it's okay to shove something up there, but holy shit, if I read about it, my God. Crap.
Crap. Broke before I even used it. We have Hard Limits Restraint Kit for Lovers, the Satin Love Double Strap Blindfolded Eye Mask, or the Sweet Sting Riding Crop.
I'm going to say it's the restraint kit.
Oh,
the mask?
The strap on the mask probably broke.
Wow.
All right. Not meant for families, should have been labeled on the box. This blank is horrible for a family atmosphere. I bought this because my wife, mother, sister all like the books. We decided to play. Yeah, I need therapy now.
Oh, no. You know, this is like Lindsay Lohan and Machete taking her naked ass mother into a hot tub with Machete.
All right, it's the 50 Shades of Grey party board game, 50 Shades of Grey teddy bear, or the 50 Days of Play game.
Oh, because you're a fan. Here's where I think it's going to be shifty. So it's going to be between the two ends. The teddy bears, I don't think it's the teddy bear. But do I want to say the board game or do I want to say the play game? Let's say the board game. It's probably wrong. It's in the other one, though. Oh, I was right.
Looks good and is a nice design.
Okay.
The blank looks good and is a nice design, but does not fit the face, and light is allowed in. Whatever purpose you intend to use this for, it is painful to contour to the face, and even then it allows light in. The color design earns 1 star. Functionality earns a trip to the return pile.
Oh.
We have the All Mine Deluxe Blindfold, the Masquerade Masks, or a Christian's Tie.
Ew. This time it does not. Light is allowed in. Whatever it is used for. So it's not going to be a tie. I think people are smart enough to know that. Let's say the blindfold. Yeah.
All right.
I'm getting good at this.
I think there's only a couple left. Too much trouble. They were nearly impossible for me to put on, and just overall way more trouble than worth. Once I finally got them on, it was just as hard to get them off. I tried them several different times, but finally gave up. Even on the lightest setting, they are that great. Could just be me, and I'm not happy with the purchase. Oh, could just be me, but I'm not happy with the purchase. So we have the Totally His handcuffs,
Okay.
the Soft Limits Deluxe Restraint Wrist Tie, or the Pinch Nipple Clamps.
It's the pinch nipple clamp. Final answer. Yeah.
You got 5 out of 9.
Oh, what is that?
Some Phoebe gift from Friends.
Oh, I'm doing the.
Yeah. So yeah, that was that.
We did
when I was trying to figure out the thing.
Some of this stuff was rough.
Yeah.
Don't listen to this episode with your kids.
Some of it, yeah. I'll have to find some different ideas for fucking other 1-star shit.
This was fun though. Well, you know what's real close?
Valentine's Day. Yeah. Right on.
You know what? You know what also is? I'm going to put you on the spot, Eric.
What?
You know what next week is?
No.
Your pick for the movie.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I don't know. We have to
TBD.
figure out. We can do Turtles. I don't know. I've also been like I watched fucking Stop or My Mom Will Shoot the other night.
Hell
which
yeah.
led me. I don't know if you remember that movie.
It's been too long.
It's got Sylvester Stallone and fucking oldest lady from the Golden Girls in it.
Oh hell yeah!
Um,
You just wanted to watch Rhinestone too. I saw that.
Well, that's what led me into it because I was
Oh.
looking for Stallone movies. But what led me into that was that me and Rachel were watching the new series Ted on
Oh, okay.
Peacock, and they're at a video store, and that fucking movie's in the background of one of the fucking
Rhinestone?
scenes of the Stop My Mom Will Shoot.
Oh,
because they were at a video store fucking wanting to go into the 18 or over section back in the day when they had that shit.
Nowadays, you just have to click a button.
Right.
You'll get
Right.
good and traumatized earlier in life. My
Anyway,
hand is stuck.
oh God, we'll call it there. So if you want to hit them with the socials and shit.
Oh, yeah. We're at the end. You can check us out at Wind a Range of Convo on Instagram. Also, there is a TikTok soon. I'm going to do it before I leave today and give you the login for it. Because I think I have to do a new thing for it.
Okay.
It's got to get it through one of our phone numbers, I think. Anyway, once that's done, I'll put that up on the Instagram so you can follow that. Otherwise, I'm not charted on all my socials. Eric is _Eric _ 989. I have a TikTok comment that's blowing up right now. That's got over 400 likes. Pew, 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 pew.
A video or a comment?
It's a comment.
Oh.
I'm funny.
Okay.
Just not that funny. There's a thing that like this nutritionist post that's like, oh, lactose doesn't cause you to have like swelling. And I'm like, me, a lactose intolerant. Winky emoji. People are loving it. And they're also calling me, a dumb piece of shit because they're like, that doesn't actually make you swell up. And I'm like, tell that to my intestines.
All right. You get so swollen,
Other-
machete could hang off of them bitches.
Well, listen, the normal mile long is double wide. It's like the double ply toilet paper, but like intestines.
Intestines go from a mile to a mile and a half.
Hell yeah. You get that extra pleasure for choking bitches with. Zip lining. I'm going to do sadate with my fucking intestines. It's not going to be my dick. What the fuck?
Fucking cats. Anyway, yeah. So that was the cue. That was the cue from the spiritual side to shut
what
the
the
fuck
fuck?
up. We pissed somebody off.
Yeah.
So on that note, we will check you guys out next episode. We do have a whole new side content coming out soon called The Mighty Morphin Millennial Rangers. It'll be me and Rick and Sean, and it will be completely separate from this. You will get all the links and all the information when we have that shit up and ready to go. We will be
Probably,
recording here soon, and we will fill your ears with all the Power Ranger goodness and badness and
Sentai.
jokes and references.
Jumbo.
with
Jumbo, jumbo, jumbo.
Best ending ever. On that note, we'll catch you guys later.
We love you the adequate amount. Set healthy boundaries and also eat that ass.
Yeah.
Shake it fast.
But just don't give me a hug.